Impact Report, anticipated 50% increase in defense contracts across aerospace, cybersecurity and telecommunications sectors by Q1 2027. Date, January 28, 2025. Overview. The aerospace and defense industry is poised for significant growth with a projected 50% increase in defense contracts in the aerospace, cybersecurity and telecommunications sectors by the first quarter of 2027. This surge is primarily driven by escalating geopolitical tensions and intensified strategic competition with global powers such as Russia and China. These dynamics have heightened military readiness and capabilities, compelling nations to boost their defense expenditures. Key trends and data analysis. 1. Increased defense spending. Global defense spending surpassed $2.4 trillion in 2023, reflecting a continued upward trajectory in response to perceived military threats. The U.S. Department of Defense (DoD) has proposed a budget of approximately $849.8 billion for fiscal year 2025, focusing on investment in unmanned systems, hypersonic technologies, and solid rocket motors. 2. Technological integration in defense. The integration of advanced digital technologies, particularly artificial intelligence (AI), is reshaping the operational landscape of the aerospace and defense sectors. A survey indicates that 81% of industry leaders are employing or planning to utilize AI and machine learning to enhance maintenance, repair, and overhaul MRO services. This technological adoption is expected to improve predictive maintenance and overall operational efficiency. 3. Workforce challenges. The sector faces a critical talent shortage with an estimated need for an additional 123,000 technicians in the U.S. commercial aerospace segment over the next 2 decades. Companies are increasingly leveraging digital tools to enhance recruitment strategies and workforce planning, often collaborating with educational institutions to ensure a steady pipeline of skilled labor. 4. Supply chain complexities. The aerospace and defense supply chains are under scrutiny due to persistent shortages and delivery delays. The establishment of the Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition underscores the industry's commitment to preventing unauthorized parts from entering the supply chain, reflecting an industry-wide focus on quality control and reliability. 5. Advanced Air Mobility (AAM) sector. The AAM sector, particularly focusing on electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, is gaining momentum backed by substantial investments in pilot projects. AAM aims to provide an alternative transportation mode in urban areas contingent upon achieving competitive pricing and operational efficiencies. Common key points. Geopolitical tensions are universally acknowledged as a primary driver of increasing defense spending. The integration of advanced technologies, especially AI, is a shared theme across various reports, emphasizing the need for improved operational efficiencies and addressing workforce challenges. The importance of supply chain integrity and visibility is consistently highlighted. Diverse perspectives. Different reports provide varying emphasis on technological advancements versus budget specifics and market growth predictions. For instance, while Deloitte emphasizes the role of technology in operational efficiency and workforce strategies, other analyses may focus more on defense budget allocations and projected market growth timelines. Timeline of key events. 2023, defense spending exceeds $2.4 trillion. The DoD announces budget request for fiscal year 2025. 2024, increased demand for air travel boosts aircraft production, workforce challenges become more pronounced. 2025 projected, anticipated growth in unmanned systems and AAM with significant technological integration and operational strategies poised for implementation. Conclusion. The aerospace and defense industry is on the cusp of transformative growth driven by geopolitical competition and technological advancements. The expected increase in defense contracts is not merely a reaction to immediate challenges but also a proactive strategy to bolster national security and enhance military capabilities. As nations invest heavily in advanced technologies, workforce development, and supply chain integrity, the industry stands to evolve significantly by 2027, setting the stage for a new era in defense and aerospace innovation. This report synthesizes current trends and anticipated developments within the aerospace and defense sectors, highlighting the multifaceted nature of growth and transformation in response to global dynamics. Counterintuitive information in the content. 1. Increased defense spending amid global conflicts. While one might expect that ongoing global conflicts, e.g., tensions with Russia and China, would lead to a more cautious approach to spending, the opposite is true. Nations are ramping up their defense expenditures significantly, with a projected increase to over $2.4 trillion in 2023 and a continued upward trajectory. This suggests that countries view defense investment as crucial to national security even in economically challenging times, challenging the notion that conflicts would lead to economic retrenchment. 2. Technological integration versus labor shortages. The aerospace and defense sectors are facing significant workforce challenges. Yet they are simultaneously integrating advanced technologies such as AI to optimize operations. It's counterintuitive that an industry with a critical shortage of technicians, projected need for 123,000 additional technicians in the US alone, is heavily investing in automation and AI. This could imply a shift in the skill set required in the workforce, potentially leading to a situation where fewer traditional roles are available as technology takes precedence over human labor. 3. Supply chain issues amid high demand. Despite facing severe supply chain disruptions, the aerospace and defense industry is experiencing a strong demand for air travel and defense products. This juxtaposition of high demand alongside significant supply chain challenges is counterintuitive. Typically, one would expect high demand to lead to increased production efficiency. The reality is that manufacturers are struggling with parts shortages and delivery delays, which suggests that the complexity of modern supply chains may not be easily resolved by simple demand increases. For advanced air mobility (AAM), as a response to traditional transportation limitations, the push for AAM, particularly eVTOL aircraft, is framed as a necessary evolution for urban mobility. However, the expectation that such technology can compete on price with existing transportation options like taxis is counterintuitive. The notion that AAM can become a mainstream transportation method hinges on achieving operational efficiencies and pricing that mirror or beat traditional modes, which is a high bar given the current developmental stage of these technologies. 5. Coalition for Supply Chain Integrity. The establishment of the Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition reflects a reaction to past issues with counterfeit parts and supply chain integrity. While it seems logical for companies to have prioritized these issues all along, the formation of a coalition suggests a realization that previous efforts were inadequate. This shift indicates a deeper acknowledgement of the vulnerabilities within the aerospace and defense supply chains that were perhaps previously underestimated. 6. Dramatic shift in space economy focus. Interestingly, the space economy is growing rapidly, driven mainly by commercial interests rather than traditional defense spending. The expectation that commercial ventures could outpace government-driven space initiatives is counterintuitive, as defense spending has historically dominated this sector. However, projections indicating a 155% growth in the positioning, navigation, and timing (PNT) subsector by 2035 illustrate a significant shift in focus, suggesting that commercial opportunities are now being prioritized over traditional defense-driven initiatives. 7. Emphasis on digital tools for talent acquisition. Despite the challenges of attracting and retaining talent, the industry's reliance on digital tools for workforce planning and recruitment strategies reveals a counterintuitive approach. One might expect that in a talent-scarce environment, companies would focus on traditional methods of recruitment and training. However, the trend towards leveraging technology indicates a new paradigm where digital solutions may ultimately redefine how industries attract talent. 8. The role of AI in streamlining operations. The widespread adoption of AI and machine learning in the aerospace and defense sectors poses a paradox. While the industry is struggling with workforce shortages, it is simultaneously investing heavily in AI to streamline operations. This suggests a counterintuitive belief that technology can effectively fill the gap left by human labor, raising questions about the future of work within the industry. These counterintuitive insights highlight the complexities and evolving dynamics within the aerospace and defense industries, reflecting broader trends in how geopolitical, economic, and technological factors are reshaping sector strategies and operations. The anticipated 50% increase in defense contracts across the aerospace, cybersecurity, and telecommunications sectors by Q1 2027, driven by geopolitical tensions with nations like Russia and China, highlights several critical trends and insights that are significant but may be overlooked by many. 1. Geopolitical context. The backdrop of increasing global defense spending, which surpassed $2.4 trillion in 2023, is a crucial factor. Many reports focus on numbers and projections without delving into how international relations and conflicts shape these expenditures. The significance lies in understanding that defense spending is not merely a financial metric, it is intrinsically linked to national security strategies and international power dynamics. The rising tensions indicate not just immediate military needs but long-term strategic positioning, making this a critical area for policymakers and industry leaders to consider. 2. Technological integration beyond AI. While the integration of artificial intelligence (AI) is widely discussed, the extent to which it can transform operational efficiencies across MRO, maintenance, repair, and overhaul services is often understated. The report notes that 81% of industry leaders are looking toward AI and machine learning to streamline operations. However, the broader implications of these technologies, such as predictive maintenance and capacity management, could fundamentally alter how the aerospace and defense sectors operate. This transformation is significant because it addresses not only cost efficiencies but also readiness and reliability for defense operations, which are critical in a rapidly changing threat landscape. 3. Workforce challenges and long-term implications. The projected need for 123,000 additional technicians in the U.S. commercial aerospace segment over the next 2 decades is alarming yet often overlooked. This statistic underscores a looming crisis in skilled labor within a sector that is foundational to national security. The focus on talent attraction and retention is not just about filling jobs, it speaks to the sustainability of the industry. The aging workforce and high turnover rates highlight an urgent need for strategic workforce planning, investment in training programs, and partnerships with educational institutions. This issue has far-reaching implications for innovation and operational capability in the future. 4. Supply chain integrity as a priority. The establishment of the Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition signifies a major industry shift toward ensuring quality control and preventing unauthorized parts from entering the supply chain. While supply chain challenges are widely acknowledged, the proactive steps taken by industry players to fortify supply chain integrity are often underreported. This initiative is significant as it reflects a deeper understanding of the risks posed by counterfeit parts and the importance of maintaining high standards in aerospace and defense manufacturing, which directly impact national security and operational effectiveness. 5. Investment in advanced air mobility (AAM). The focus on AAM, particularly electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, represents not just a new transportation mode but a radical shift in urban mobility solutions. This sector's potential to alleviate urban transportation challenges often goes unnoticed, overshadowed by traditional aerospace discussions. The implications of successful AAM integration could reshape urban landscapes, reduce congestion, and provide new avenues for logistics and military applications. The challenge lies in achieving operational efficiency and competitive pricing, which may determine the sector's viability. 6. Strategic spending trends. The emphasis on unmanned systems and solid rocket technologies in defense budgets reflects a shift in military strategy and capabilities. The significant allocation for hypersonic research and development is a clear indicator of evolving military needs in response to contemporary threats.
This shift is significant as it may determine the future landscape of warfare,
where unmanned and advanced weapon systems play a pivotal role.
Understanding these trends is crucial for stakeholders aiming to align with government priorities and secure contracts.
7. Digital technologies in recruitment and workforce development. The industry's shift towards digital tools for workforce planning and recruitment strategies is not just a response to immediate talent shortages, it represents a long-term strategy to future-proof the workforce.
The mention of public-private partnerships and work-based learning programs illustrates a comprehensive approach to addressing talent gaps. This perspective is vital for industry sustainability and resilience as it prepares the workforce for the complexities of modern aerospace and defense operations. 8. Operationalization of digital strategies. The call for operationalizing various technologies, particularly in maintenance and supply chain processes, suggests a transformative phase for the industry. The integration of AI and digital solutions across all operational dimensions is a significant trend that could redefine efficiency standards and operational capabilities. This shift towards digitalization is crucial as it aligns with global trends toward Industry 4.0, potentially increasing competitiveness on the international stage. In conclusion, while the anticipated growth in defense contracts reflects an immediate response to geopolitical pressures, the underlying trends related to technological integration, workforce sustainability, supply chain integrity, and advanced mobility solutions are equally significant. These factors not only shape the current landscape but also determine the future resilience and effectiveness of the aerospace and defense sectors. Understanding these nuances is critical for stakeholders seeking to navigate the complexities of this evolving industry. 1. Increased defense spending. The anticipated 50% rise in defense contracts by Q1 2027 is primarily driven by significant global defense expenditure, which exceeded $2.4 trillion in 2023. This surge reflects heightened geopolitical tensions, particularly with nations like Russia and China compelling countries to bolster their military capabilities. The U.S. Department of Defense's budget request of approximately $849.8 billion for fiscal year 2025 underscores this trend, emphasizing investments in unmanned systems and advanced technologies such as hypersonics and solid rocket motors. This strategic spending is not just a response to immediate threats but also a long-term strategy to enhance national security and technological superiority. 2. Technological integration. The aerospace and defense industry is increasingly integrating advanced technologies to enhance operational efficiency. A notable trend is the adoption of artificial intelligence (AI) and machine learning (ML) across various sectors, with 81% of industry leaders either currently utilizing or planning to implement these technologies for maintenance, repair, and overhaul MRO services. AI is expected to improve predictive maintenance and optimize capacity management, thereby streamlining operations and reducing downtime. This technological shift plays a crucial role in addressing workforce shortages and improving overall productivity within the industry. 3. Workforce challenges. The sector faces significant workforce challenges, with a projected need for an additional 123,000 technicians in the U.S. commercial aerospace segment over the next 2 decades. High turnover rates and an aging workforce exacerbate these challenges, prompting companies to adopt innovative recruitment and retention strategies. Digital tools are being leveraged to enhance workforce planning, while partnerships with educational institutions aim to cultivate a talent pipeline. The industry's ability to attract and retain skilled workers will be pivotal in meeting future demands and sustaining growth. 4. Supply chain visibility. The complexity and fragility of aerospace and defense supply chains have become critical issues, particularly in light of recent global disruptions. Major players are prioritizing supply chain visibility and integrity to mitigate risks associated with shortages and delays. The establishment of the Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition signifies a collective effort to prevent unauthorized parts from entering the supply chain and enhance overall quality control.
As the industry adapts to evolving challenges, improving supply chain resilience and transparency will be essential for maintaining operational continuity and meeting contractual obligations. These points are interrelated and highlight the industry's dynamic landscape driven by external pressures and internal transformations. The combined impact of increased spending, technological advancements, workforce development, and supply chain integrity will shape the future of the aerospace and defense sectors as they navigate a rapidly changing geopolitical environment. 1. The Cold War arms race 1947 to 1991. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was marked by intense competition in military capabilities, leading to massive increases in defense spending and technological advancements. The arms race included the development of nuclear weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles (ICBMs), and advanced aerospace technologies. This period saw the establishment of military-industrial complexes in both nations with significant investments in R&D and production capabilities to secure technological advantages over the other. The geopolitical tensions of the time drove national defense budgets to unprecedented levels, with both superpowers striving to outdo each other in terms of military prowess. 2. World War II military-industrial mobilization 1939 to 1945. During World War II, countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and Germany ramped up their military production capabilities to unprecedented levels. The U.S. implemented the War Production Board, which coordinated the transition of civilian manufacturing facilities to produce military equipment. This mobilization led to a significant increase in defense contracts and spending, resulting in innovative technologies such as radar, jet aircraft, and advanced naval vessels. The urgent need to compete against Axis powers drove a massive influx of resources into the defense sector, which reshaped economies and industries worldwide. 3. Post 9/11 defense spending surge 2001 to 2010. Following the September 11 attacks in 2001, the United States experienced a dramatic increase in defense spending as the government sought to combat terrorism and enhance national security. The Department of Defense budget surged from approximately $330 billion in 2001 to over $700 billion by 2010, significantly impacting the aerospace and defense sectors. This era saw extensive investments in counterterrorism technologies, cybersecurity, and advanced military systems such as drones and intelligence-gathering technologies. The geopolitical landscape shifted as the U.S. focused on global military presence and counterinsurgency operations, leading to a new wave of defense contracts and technological advancements in response to evolving threats. The aerospace and defense industry is poised for significant transformation by Q1 2027. Driven by a projected 50% increase in defense contracts across aerospace, cybersecurity, and telecommunications sectors. This growth is primarily a response to escalating geopolitical tensions, particularly with nations like Russia and China, and the need for countries to enhance their military capabilities. 1. Increased defense spending. Global defense expenditures exceeded $2.4 trillion in 2023, and this upward trend is expected to continue. The U.S. Department of Defense has requested an $849.8 billion budget for fiscal year 2025, prioritizing investments in unmanned systems and advanced technologies. Other nations are likely to follow suit, escalating their defense budgets in response to perceived threats. 2. Technological integration. The industry is increasingly leveraging digital technologies, especially artificial intelligence (AI), to enhance operational efficiency. A notable 81% of industry leaders are either utilizing or planning to implement AI and machine learning. This integration will streamline maintenance, repair, and overhaul MRO services and improve predictive maintenance and capacity management. 3. Workforce challenges. The sector faces a critical workforce shortage, with a projected need for 123,000 technicians in the U.S. commercial aerospace segment over the next 2 decades. Companies are adapting by utilizing digital tools for workforce planning and forging partnerships with educational institutions to attract talent, particularly in STEM fields. 4. Supply chain visibility. Supply chain complexities are a significant focus as the industry grapples with shortages and delays. To combat these challenges, companies are prioritizing supply chain integrity, exemplified by the establishment of the Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition, aimed at ensuring quality and preventing unauthorized parts from entering the supply chain.
5. Advanced Air Mobility (AAM).
The AAM sector is gaining momentum, particularly with electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft. Significant investments and pilot projects are underway, aiming to establish these technologies as viable alternatives to traditional transportation methods. Achieving competitive pricing and operational efficiency will be crucial for widespread adoption. Future outlook. Continued growth in defense contracts. The anticipated 50% increase in defense contracts by 2027 will likely result in a surge of innovation and competition within the aerospace and defense sectors as companies race to meet new requirements and leverage emerging technologies. AI and automation revolution. The integration of AI into various operational areas will redefine maintenance strategies, enhance supply chain management, and improve overall operational efficiency, fostering a more agile industry capable of responding to dynamic geopolitical landscapes. Talent development initiatives. As workforce shortages persist, companies will likely invest heavily in training programs, apprenticeships, and partnerships with educational institutions to cultivate a new generation of skilled labor. Ensuring a sustainable talent pipeline. Resilience in supply chains. Enhanced visibility and integrity in supply chains will become paramount. Companies will likely adopt advanced tracking and monitoring systems to mitigate risks associated with shortages and counterfeits, fostering a more resilient supply chain framework. Expansion of AAM services. By 2027, AAM solutions are expected to play a significant role in urban transportation, contingent on regulatory support and advancements in technology. The industry will likely see an increase in operational eVTOL aircraft driven by both commercial and military demands. In conclusion, the aerospace and defense industry is on the brink of a transformative era characterized by substantial growth, technological advancement, and a concerted effort to address workforce and supply chain challenges. As geopolitical tensions continue to influence defense spending, the industry must adapt and innovate to maintain a competitive edge in this rapidly evolving landscape.